Hello guys, I hope we are all doing well and enjoying the lead up to the festive period. I know I certainly am. I know things are really scary in the world at the moment and there is seemingly no end date. However, we've got to stay strong, hence the topic of this video. I thought I would come back and talk to you, I think after that popularity of my meditation video, to talk a little bit about self-love and 5 tips of how you can employ self-love in yourself, how you can gain a little bit more love to your surroundings and really just learn to love yourself a lot more. So hence the fact of this video, 5 tips of how to self-love and how to employ self-care and self-love so every day is bright. Before we start, please make sure to subscribe and turn the notification bell on. I upload videos weekly, so please make sure to do that. I'm enjoying doing more of these sort of informative topics to talk a little bit about the things that really help in day-to-day life and not just fashion. So I hope you're enjoying them because I'm really enjoying making them. So the first tip leads on from my meditation video, and that is meditate every day. Now, you don't necessarily have to do transcendental meditation. That is not what I said in my video before, but any type of meditation might help. Meditating for self-love is actually a great thing to do. There is many guided meditations on YouTube and many books that you can read on meditation about how to meditate for self-love. Meditation in general, there is so many studies that say that if you do meditation for 30 minutes a day or thereabouts, that you do start to love yourself more and see the love in the world. So I really recommend that you do some form of meditation because it does really help your feelings of self-love. Now, self-love is so important, and I think this is true that you can't love somebody else, be that a friend, a parent, a lover, without loving yourself, because you're using them for kind of conditional love. It's like filling you up without you having that own sense of self-love. I do feel like we all need to have some of it in our hearts in order to love another person. So meditation really helps with that. It helps to build your self-esteem and loads of things that help you employ self-love. So that is my first tip. My second tip is actually to do with words of affirmation. Now, I got a little delivery in the post from Tinklink. So this is a little bracelet here, and it is a rose quartz healing bracelet. Now, I was able to personalize this myself and I wanted to use the word loved. So if I get it off the little stand here, I will try it on. So it is just this little bracelet with rose quartz. I don't know if you can see it there if I come up close. The camera, I will put an up close video of it there. This is what it's given in the little box. It says it awakens the heart, encourages unconditional and familial love, inspires self-love, embraces friendships and relationships, aids forgiveness and soothes emotional wounds and fears. So I feel like words of affirmation really do help. Now, a tip that I have is I write down every day some words of affirmation. So that is stuff like you are loved, enjoy every day, things that make you happy. Like write 5 things down every day that you're either grateful for or that you love about yourself, about the world. It does make you seem like the world is a great place, and it does encourage your own self-love. So words of affirmation are great, and things like little bracelets that have little words that make you feel happy, be that a name, be that a song, be that anything that you can look down on and remember that you have to love yourself to love other people. I find that so important. So that is my second tip. Now, my third tip is actually around policies. Now, that sounds a little bit of a weird one because you'd be thinking, well, policies, isn't that something somebody else like employs on you? But no, you can create your own self policies. So that could be anything like I don't go to bed after 10 p.m. That could be I don't reply to emails after 6 p.m. That could be anything that you need to keep yourself safe and keep that self-love around you. So for me, I am learning to say no. So in order to love myself and to know my boundaries, I say no a lot more on things that I don't want to do. For instance, to not take too much work on. I work in an environment where I can take on as many projects and as many work gigs as possible. I'm freelance, so that makes it much easier for me to take on too much if there is more work available. But as I'm getting older, I'm learning about self-love and I'm learning about my ability to rest and the need to rest in order to love myself. So I say no when things get too much. Now, that is one of the policies that I've created. I would have a day, an afternoon, just thinking about the things that make you happy and safe and writing them down and looking back on them when things get too hard. In order to love yourself, you need to put things in place in order to not get taken advantage of, or in order to not burn out. I think that is so important for self-love. So that is my third thing. So it is creating policies for yourself. Now, the fourth thing that I'd suggest is self-care days. So I love a self-care day. I need to do more of them, and I need to learn how to do more self-care days. But that is a day where you do things that make you happy. So for instance, that could be learning a new skill. That could be spending time with a loved one. That could be spending time with a pet. That could be spending a day watching Netflix movies. If that's what makes you happy, and if that's what gives you that enjoyment in life, have a self-care day. Like, they are so important. Resting, rejuvenation, learning a new skill, painting, creativity, anything that really makes you feel cared for, makes you feel happy, makes you feel rested, improves your self-love. I put money on it that if you have more self-care days a month, that you will be able to love yourself more and actually be more productive in your day-to-day life. So make sure to have self-care days. So that is my tip number 4. Now, there is many different ways as well to love yourself. You might be in a place where you find it really hard to love yourself. And I was there myself. I've really suffered from my mental health in the past. I've spoken about that really briefly, and I will do more videos on my mental health. But it is really hard, especially with everything going on in the world, to love yourself. But having these tips in place is so important, and just is one way to really help create a nice foundation with yourself and love yourself. My final tip is, and it goes back to a video that I made about the effects of social media, and especially being an influencer, is to stop comparing yourself with other people, be that online and in person. Now, I am so guilty of doing that myself. I get myself really down when I compare myself to other people. But if you have time to stop comparing yourself with people on social media, for a starter, or people in general, about their achievements, about their looks, you will start to love yourself more. Be proud of what you have, and be proud about the skills that you can give. Now, if you compare yourself with someone that's not like to like, you're gonna automatically think, oh, I'm not as good as that person, or I wish I'd achieved this. And you know, there's so much things on social media, especially sites like LinkedIn, you don't even realize, where people are, talking about their achievements, and that is great, but it can make you feel very down if you've not achieved as much in a short time period, especially at the moment where everyone's trying to achieve with the hardest thing that's going on in the world, a pandemic. And I just think sometimes just switch off from your phone, switch off from that external dialogue from other people, and just think, what can I achieve? What have I achieved? Be that small things. I've got up today, I've smiled, I made somebody happy. It doesn't have to be work related, it doesn't have to be massive. You achieve things every day. Just be grateful for what you do have, and try to not compare yourself with other people. Now, this sounds very lectury, but it's because I've been there myself, and comparison with other people is one of the most detrimental things to self-love that you can have. So to break that, just stop comparing yourself. Little things, take less screen time, maybe just cut that negative friend off, cut that negative connection off. Be your own sanctity, be in your own bubble of love, self-love, care, protection, and I promise you that it will improve. And self-love is something that is a lifelong task. I'm learning every day to love myself a little bit more, but it is so important. So I really hope that you get to a place of self-love like you all deserve. I really think that, it just is so important for your mental well-being, and I really hope that you're doing well and staying safe at this awful time, and I hope that you have your family and your loved ones around you and that they are safe. So thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope that you've enjoyed watching some of the things that I have. I recommend a few books as well. I'm reading one at the minute called The School of Life, which is basically about emotional intelligence. It's kind of encompasses self-love in there. There is so many books that you can read on self-love. Please make sure to subscribe and turn the notification bell on. I upload videos weekly, so please make sure to do that if you want to check out my content. Thanks again, guys, and I hope you have an amazing Christmas and New Year. If I don't talk to you before then, I will see you in my next one. Bye bye.